Hi, it's Alan here. This is my first attempt at streaming live, so we'll just see how this one goes. There was another request. Oh, I should have looked up the guy's name. Isn't that embarrassing? I'm going to stop this now. Hi, it's Alan here. This is just a quick video. There was a follow-up of a previous turtle video helping Uma47 from the forums. He was sort of saying with his turtles he still had a problem. When he was walking, the arm stopped moving and was couldn't think of why. So I had to play with it for a while, and frankly I couldn't see it to start with, but I finally worked it out. So I was just going to do a quick video on that. So he provided a turtle, and what we're going to do is have a bit of a look at that one. So the problem is, here's the turtle, and his legs are moving fine, but his arms aren't working anymore. So the question was why? Well, to cut a long story short, what was happening is there's no neck tag, and so the arms move relative to the neck. And so a very quick solution is to take a handle. Now, because this is not an independent group and so forth, I'm actually going to go up to the head, and then I can drop a handle on the head, and I can click on the neck over here on the body. I often use a textual version, just find it easy to read. So now he's got a neck, come up clear, and suddenly his arms start moving. So it was only because it didn't have a neck handle, whereas the old puppet that I was fiddling with, either I put it on or it was there. We were messing around with it a little bit. You can do things like change the angles of the arms a little bit if you want to. So if we just try that, his arms are going a little bit further behind the body. I'm going to make them positive. Yeah, it's not particularly useful. Let's bring that back down to something more like 17. You know, his arms are out in front, and so you can fiddle around a little bit, and you can probably move the position of some of these tags. Oh, I just wonder what happens if I move that forward. Just forward a little bit. Let's move it back. Put it over his shell, and so you can see just by fiddling around, you can get different sorts of behaviors, and you just got to decide what makes the most sense. I'm going to leave it on the neck. Now, another thing that this actual turtle did, if I look at rigging, is on the, where was it? Turtle 2. Oh, I might have deleted it playing around before. I should have pulled in a new puppet. Oh, well, it doesn't matter. But he had put a stick across there to stop the head moving down on the body too much. It just it makes it behave differently. The other option was to actually make the head independent, but then you had issues with the neck joining up. So there's different issues like that. I'm going to undo some of those changes. The only other one I wanted to point out, which I think worked quite well on this puppet, is if I go back to the version of the puppet I was fiddling with previously, if you look at his feet, I don't know how clear it is, but his feet are okay, but they're not great. You can see the sort of foot sort of going all over the place a little bit. And so if I come, to this newer version of the puppet, I actually think the feet look a little bit better, just the way the foot kicks back and so forth. And I believe the reason is his left. If you look down the bottom, he's got a left toe and a left heel. So even though it's a stubby foot, he's got the heel and toe. Previously, he was having a bit of trouble because he had the heel in front and the toe behind, and they were in different directions on the two legs. So he's just swapped the positions of those handles, and I think the feet look a lot better. Personally, look a lot more natural, walking sort of shape. Anyway, that's all I wanted to do. So just if your arms are not working, one thing to check is to make sure you got a neck tag there. You don't need all of the tags, but apparently the neck does matter. And the other one was, even with stumpy feet, putting the toe and heel on can make the foot look more natural as it's walking, especially if you get up off the ground. Backwards and forwards. Cool. That was all. See you next time.